Escorting our graduates from the Department of Music is Susan Sturman, Professor of Cello. Escorting our graduates from the Department of Social Sciences is Dr. Beatrice Alvarado, Chairperson of the Department of Social Sciences and Associate Professor of Psychology. Moving on to the Division of Industry and Public Service. Escorting graduates of the Department of Architecture, Aviation, and Automotive is Paul Creasy, Interim Chairperson, Department of Architecture, Aviation, and Automotive, and Instructor of Air Conditioning. Escorting our graduates from the Department of Industrial Education is Willie Hanetta, Assistant Professor of Welding Applied Technology. Escorting our graduates from the Department of Public Service is Henry Cantu, Assistant Instructor of Law Enforcement. For the Division of STEM, Kinesiology and Education, escorting our graduates from the Department of Computer Science, Engineering, and Advanced Technology is Nadal Sheber, Associate Professor of Computer Science and Engineering. Escorting our graduates from the Department of Kinesiology and Education is Shawnee Bonnet, Professor of Kinesiology. Representing the Department of Mathematics is Dr. Kamal Adhikari, Assistant Professor of Mathematics. Escorting our graduates for the Department of Natural Sciences is Dr. Kimberly Wallace, Associate Professor of Biology. And finally, for the Division of Business, Entrepreneurship, and Health Sciences, escorting the graduates from the Department of Allied Health is Leah Edelman, Program Director and Assistant Professor of Medical Assisting. Escorting our graduates from the Department of Business Administration is Gregory Sanchez, Instructor of Management. Escorting our graduates from the Department of Dental and Imaging Technology is Catherine Rodriguez, Assistant Professor of Radiologic Technology and the Radiation Safety Officer. Escorting our graduates of the Department of Nurse Education is Michelle Peters, Instructor of Nurse Education. Now we present to you the faculty of Del Mar College and our platform party consisting of our Del Mar College administration, our board of regents, our collegiate high school, and our faculty leadership. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we turn this over to Dr. Mark Escamilla, president of Del Mar College.
Thank you. Welcome to all the members of the Spring 2024 graduating class. Welcome, regents, faculty, staff, parents, spouses, relatives, friends, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us this evening. Please join me in recognizing the Del Mar College Wind Ensemble, who are providing our processional music tonight. Thank you so much. Beautiful. They are being conducted by Dr. Abel Ramirez, professor of music, and they are Dr. Joy Carries, professor of humanities and music, Carl Kim, professor of music, Dr. Danny Miller, associate professor of trumpet, Dr. Donald Pinson, associate professor of music, Dr. Neil Sistahood, professor of music, and we want to thank them all individually again for that beautiful music. Thank you so much. Now, we ask that all gentlemen please remove your non-religious headgear as we all stand for the presentation of the colors by the Scouts BSA Troop of South Texas, Boy Scouts of America, Troops of South Texas Council, Boy Scouts. Please join us. All Scouts. Please remain standing for the national anthem and college alma mater. They are being performed by the Del Mar College Chamber Singers under the direction of Cynthia Longoria, chair of the Department of Music and professor of music. They are individually James Austin, Ana Colchala, Rolando Esquivel, Marisol Salazar. The words to the college alma mater are printed on the inside front cover of your commencement program should you decide to sing and join along.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, the land of the free, and the home of the brave. thousands of dreams which you helped give, transforming lives, what a special gift. Since you began, you have stayed true, held down our college, silver and blue, ever-changing, always giving a shining light from the beginning. You take the weak and make them strong, so we lift our hand up and sing this song. Held down our college, silver and blue, held down our college, silver and blue.
Please be seated. Our faculty Grand Marshal tonight is Dr. Randall Hinton, Professor of Chemistry. Marshal for the Division of Business Entrepreneurship, Health Science is Curtis Lee, Program Director and Professor of Occupational Therapy Assistant. Marshal for, go ahead, it's time to have fun. Marshal for the Division of Communications, Fine Arts, and Social Sciences is Javier Morin, Professor of Spanish. Marshal for the Division of Industry and Public Service is Laura Wright-Bennick, Professor Director and Associate Professor of Architecture, Drafting Technology. Marshal for the Division of Science, Technology, Engineering, Mathematics, Kinesiology, and Education is Dr. Carlene Lynn, Professor of Chemistry. Please join me in showing our appreciation for all our faculty marshals and our Scouts, BSA troops of South Texas Council Boy Scouts of America. Join me again in another round of applause. Now, I'd like to introduce the members of the Del Mar College Board of Regents, administrative staff, faculty, and special guests. I'd like to begin with our board secretary, Mr. Rudy Garza Jr. Regent Bill Kelly. Regent Dr. Lori Turner. And Regent David Loeb. Next, I'd like to introduce our Corpus Christi Independent School District Director of Early College Programs and Workforce Education for Collegiate High School and Harold T. Branch Academy for CTE, Dr. Tracy Rodriguez. Always a popular one. Our keynote speaker, Roderick, or how people refer, all of his friends refer to him as Rod Benson, Deputy and Chief Operations Officer at the Corpus Christi Army Depot, who I will introduce more thoroughly later in the ceremony. Rod, thank you for going and joining us. Stand up and... Assisting with tonight's ceremony are Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer, Ms. Lenora Keys, Vice President and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. John DeHalcom, Vice President of Communication and Marketing and Chief Experience Officer, Mr. Jeff Olson, Associate Vice President for Student Affairs, Ms. Cheryl Sanders, Associate Vice President of Institutional Effectiveness and Academics, Dr. Sidney Sambi, There you go. Dean of Learning Resources, Mr. Cody Gregg. Dean of the Division of Science, Technology, Engineering, Mathematics, Kinesiology, and Education, Dr. Jack Southard. Dean of the Division of Business, Entrepreneurship, Health Sciences, Dr. Jennifer Schrammick. Dean of the Division of Industry and Public Service, Mr. Davis Merrill. And Dean of the Division of Communications, Fine Arts, and Social Sciences, Dr. Cynthia Bridges. And I continue, Dean of Student Outreach and Enrollment Services, Ms. Gracie Martinez. Chair of the Department of Allied Health, Mr. Glenn Madden. And Assistant Professor of Welding Applied Technology, Mr. Jose Cortez. All those welders, that's right. And our orators for tonight's ceremony, Professor of Speech, Mr. Mike Jones. Professor of Speech, Mrs. Amy Tilton Jones. Yes, there are a couple. And also the MAP Advisor for Communications, Fine Arts, and Social Sciences, Mr. Benjamin Hernandez. We also have on the stage other members of the college administration and instructional leadership team, and we thank them for being here. Also assisting tonight are the representatives of the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Center, who are providing our sign interpreting. Thank you all for your service to our graduates, to all of you. It's now my distinct pleasure to honor our graduates tonight. I remember a long time ago, graduates, when I was a student at Del Mar College, just a few decades ago now, I had the support of faculty, staff members, family, and even employers who encouraged me and supported me. I worked for my dad. That was especially tough, I'll tell you. Remember that, RG? Graduates, I invite you to show your appreciation to your family members, to your faculty, and all those who assisted you, graduates, to get to this point. Join me in a big, big hoop and holler and a round of applause for all those who did for you. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, almost 700 graduates are walking this stage. Before we recognize them, I'd like to introduce our distinguished keynote speaker. Rod Benson is the Deputy and Chief Operations Officer at the Corpus Christi Army Depot. Mr. Benson brings over 30 years of leadership in this role. He is a graduate of the U.S. Naval Academy with a Bachelor of Science degree in oceanography. He also possesses a master's degree in business administration from Arizona State University's W.P. Carey School of Business. Throughout his distinguished military career, Mr. Benson served in various leadership positions that included campaigns and deployments to Haiti, Operation Southern Watch, Northern Edge, and Iraqi Freedom. On behalf of everyone here tonight, thank you, Mr. Benson, for your service to our nation. Following his military career, Mr. Benson leveraged his leadership expertise in the private sector and led key initiatives for several Fortune 500 companies. He joined the Corpus Christi Army Depot in 2006 and quickly rose through the ranks to become a senior civilian leader of this billion-dollar organization and one of the economic engines of the Coastal Bend. His experience in the private sector, including companies such as Abbott Laboratories, where he served as Director of Engineering Operations for Global Engineering, and then Site Director in Puerto Rico, as has been instrumental in driving operational efficiency at CCAD. There's a guest, a special guest, and his contribution to a national strategy. Mr. Benson's dedication and leadership are evident in his accomplishments and awards, including the Navy Marine Corps Achievement Medal, the Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal, and the National Defense Service Medal. He and his wife Rachel have 3 children. Hello. Son Roderick Benson Jr. and daughters Ariana Benson and Danielle Carnes, and 2 grandchildren, Janelle and Jake Carnes. And they are joining us tonight. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Benson's hobbies include barbecuing, ranching, hunting, and fishing. Man, we need to talk. Please, ladies and gentlemen, help me to welcome our keynote speaker for the spring 2024 class, Mr. Roderick "Rod" Benson, to the podium.
Thank you, sir. All right. So, thank you, Dr. Escamilla, for that humbling introduction. I am grateful to the Del Mar College leadership for the invitation to address the graduates and their distinguished guests tonight, and do not take lightly the responsibility. It is one that I accept with great pride and honor, and thank you all for allowing me to be here. Before I jump in tonight, I want to recognize our Gold Star families, first responders, veterans, and those in uniform who stand and watch in country and abroad. Without them and those who gave all, nights as glorious as this one would not be possible. Thank you. Del Mar College and the Corpus Christi Army Depot, CCAD, have a long history of deep-rooted partnership. We are both anchor institutions in South Texas with a global reach. Our past and future successes are inextricably linked. Over 1,000 students have graduated Del Mar and went on to careers at CCAD, and that number continues to grow. Some of you I will see at work on Monday. We have some CCADers in the audience? I know there's some in here, right? Others, I want you to know we will be hiring, okay? As America's Center for Industrial and Technical Excellence for Rotary Wing Military Aviation, CCAD depends on the students that Del Mar has trained and educated within all facets of our operations, and as leaders in this supportive community that as a Coastal Bend Coalition enable our ability to ensure the highest degree of readiness for America's military organic industrial base and the National Defense Strategy. Yes, the Coastal Bend is an important part of the National Defense Strategy, and Del Mar College is an important stakeholder. Briefly about me. Despite having come from what most would label as a disadvantaged upbringing, I've been blessed to do some pretty cool things, and tonight will be added to the top of this list. I was raised in Woodstock, Alabama by grandparents who were raised during the Great Depression. They raised 18 of their own children before they raised me. And if you think Mathis and Benavides are small, Woodstock has a population around 1,500. We lived on a hill in the woods above a rock quarry off a red dirt road, nearest neighbors miles away. We farmed and ran a scrap metal business where my grandfather was the CEO and I was the rest of the workforce. We were really the real life Sanford and grandson, right? So days began at 6 a.m. and generally didn't end until all the trucks were loaded, except for Sunday. I still had to feed the animals and wash one of my grandfather's long Cadillacs for church. At the beginning of the 11th grade, I moved to Flint, Michigan to live with my mother, my 3 siblings, and my stepfather. Flint at one time had epitomized the best attributes of middle-class America. However, by the time I arrived there, the city only showed remnants of its once robust automotive manufacturing history and had deteriorated to having one of the highest crime rates in America. Although very different environments, on the surface, both Woodstock and Flint had similar major disadvantages and still do in some ways to this day. Blending those experiences together, I realized that my work ethic from Alabama, coupled with the education opportunities in Michigan, gave me an advantage. I realized that I had the power to reimagine my path. While there were formidable challenges, there also existed a network of positive individuals, opportunity that would manifest through constant work, persistence, and making wise decisions. Today, I want to share a few of those things from a professional and personal perspective. I know times have changed from 40 years ago, but hopefully in these modern times, some of these things will resonate with you. We all know that one of the foundational enablers for success in our society is education, as evidenced by your own achievements that we honor here tonight. What I come to realize is that education comes in many facets. Usually it starts at home. At an early age, you're told what you can and can't do. Can't run in the house, can't stay out late, etc. You can mow that lawn, you can clean that room, or you can talk back and you can pay your own rent. This, for me, was where limitations, fears, and boundaries were set, as well as family values established. Then we go off to school. This is where there is accountability and influence outside the home. First thing is just showing up. Remember the kid with perfect attendance? There was always one, right? As an operations leader in various industries, I have experienced that not showing up is the #1 reason for unemployment. If you just show up, then you have an opportunity to make a difference and show others you have respect for their time and commitment to you. In school, we learn that if we work to comprehend something and demonstrate mastery, we get rewarded. Our values and norms are also further shaped. You start to get a peek at how superior performance and citizenship provides honor, recognition, and opportunity. Or you can sometimes feel out of place, inadequate, and not valued. That's just how I felt taking differential equations and calculus at the Naval Academy. We have a friend. And then there is the education that we get out in the world, where we are free to make our own decisions. We are free to challenge those norms that we may have grown up with, free to challenge limitations that we may have perceived or were told we had. When we enter the world, we continue learning. However, we have to realize if it's being hindered by what we learn in our homes and schools. We have to consciously refocus when those emotions from our past limit our ability to seize the opportunities that are in front of us or in our future. Never underestimate your own ability to reimagine yourself. It's not within anyone else's power to do for you or to you. If you can imagine it, you can achieve it. Mark your target, make a plan to get there, your plan, your timeline. There are two things that I found out that are guaranteed in life. One is that time is finite and that we will encounter change each and every day. We are faced with unpredictable change and daily obstacles that require patience, persistence, problem-solving ability, and oftentimes humility. As we progress and overcome, we call that life experience. Look forward to each day knowing that there will be uncertainty, change, and effort required. We normally label our daily interactions with our environment as living. We often feel like we have control, although the reality is that the control is perceived. How we receive the dynamic shifts can challenge our emotions from a feeling of comfort to falling into despair. We can easily go from feeling like we're living to surviving. Try to make peace with it and look forward to the struggle. Be thankful and learn from the outcomes and appreciate of the chance to wake up and do it all again the next day. During my career, I've been often asked this question from folks who are thinking about beginning a career or transitioning. What should I do? And I've always come back to two things. Do something that you have a passion for, and do or learn something that people will pay you for. Whether it be as an employee or as a business owner, it is difficult to do what you love when you cannot eat. Some of you graduating tonight may have taken that step to reimagine your career, as sometimes the market demands new skills and presents an opportunity for advancing your quality of life. You just have to embrace the opportunity. So why do we have jobs or customers? What is the business proposition? I've learned whether it was stocking shelves on a grocery store in Flint, or driving a nuclear aircraft carrier, or leading a global medical device site, that I was hired and paid to solve problems. Mo money, mo problems. You guys know who said that? Notorious B.I.G.? That's who I thought it was. It was actually this guy named Will Rogers from the 20s. He was a vaudeville actor. So the concept's been around for a long time, but More Money, More Problems is a very good album. There will be change every day, and that change presents problems at all levels, sizes, shapes, and forms. I've found that my value to a company was directly proportional to the problems that I solve. Because of that correlation between problems and value, problems turned into opportunity. In other words, more problems, say it with me, more money, more problems, more money, that's right. When we take on problems, we might create more problems. That's okay, as long as you're doing what is right and the number of problems you solve are greater than the number of problems you create. You will know when it's right, and you will know when it is wrong. The number of people doing wrong, nor the length of time a wrongdoing has been committed, will lessen your personal responsibility and individual accountability for you to do the right thing. Do the right thing all the time. Gain clarity on what problems you were hired to solve. That's a job description, that's what they call it. Understand the expectations and communicate often about the progress and barriers. Don't be afraid to ask for help, as it does provide clarity, builds trust, and fosters teamwork. Catalog your accomplishments and learn from your failures, as this enables self-reflection and ultimately is what we call a resume. And if at some point in time you part ways with the organization, it's now with validated experience and confidence of knowing your impact to the business, and you can then better negotiate and articulate your value to another. From a personal perspective, there are 3 points of advice I want to share with you tonight. Number 1, ensure you take care of your physical well-being. Get enough sleep, eat right, work out, and laugh. Your body is a temple and must be capable of providing you confidence, capability, and endurance to deal with the constant change we face each and every day. Our health enables our ability to live life to the fullest. Number 2, judge people one at a time. While traveling the world, I have found that people have lots more in common than they are different. They cry the same, they laugh the same, they show love the same. They all endure the same struggles that all human beings face. The more you realize that fact, the easier it is to have empathy, embrace, connect, and enjoy individual uniqueness, which in turn enlightens the finite time that we have on this earth. Judge people one at a time. Now this one, number 3, I've heard this one all my life, and I've struggled with how to visualize it, but I'm sure we've all heard it. Surround yourself with the right people. People will make you better. What does that look like? So I'm going to try this visualization with you guys. So imagine you're at the base of a mountain. On the top of that mountain is your destination or your goal. It might be your graduation tonight, the next milestone you plan to accomplish, or maybe even the life that you want for your family. When you envision that goal that is sitting at the peak of that mountain, you might have some fear, and that's okay, because it means that you're taking risk. The steeper the incline, the more jagged the rocks, those are obstacles that you have to overcome. And generally, the more risk and uncertainty they present, the greater the reward. Surround yourself with the kind of people who have the same or greater goals and want to see you at the top of that mountain. Surround yourself with people that will advise you on the best path to take while climbing so you don't slip where they slipped before. Surround yourself with the kind of people who will offer you a hand when you slip and encourage you not to quit when you feel like giving up. Surround yourself with people who will ask you for help, because when they do, it shows vulnerability. And when you help others, it builds your confidence, provides a sense of purpose, and bonds trust. And when you get to the top of the mountain, they are the kind of people who don't block your view. They point out things you may not have noticed for you to enjoy. They share learnings which allow you all to get better and are genuinely happy for each other's success. Lastly, and probably most importantly, surround yourself with people who, after enjoying that moment together, will motivate you to go on to the next goal. In closing, you see some of those folks you want to be surrounded with on the top of that mountain. They're here tonight, enjoying the view for that, mind. That's 24 years right there, guys. Some are online, some are far away, wishing you well, sending you prayers of support. That team helped you to get here tonight, and you provided a gift to them as your accomplishments provide proof that their efforts made a positive difference in your life. Their support of you mattered. And when you walk across the stage tonight, you'll get to share that view from the top. There are some of you here tonight which the struggle to get to this milestone was real. You felt like quitting. You may have asked yourself, why am I taking on something so difficult? For what? For who? Well, it is for someone, and that is you and your future family, partner, and those you may not even know who are watching you as their inspiration and hope. But what I want you to know is that you're not alone. Look to the left of you, look to the right, look up on the stage, right? You're a Viking. You will never be alone. It can't be taken away. You earned it. You're a Viking for life. All right? I'm Rod Benson. Thank you for allowing me to share this with you tonight. Be safe tonight. Celebrating. God bless.
Keep that round of applause going for Mr. Benson. Keep it up. Let's go. What a heartfelt message, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you, Mr. Benson, one more time for your service to our country, for your beautiful family joining us tonight, and for the inspirational words to our precious graduates tonight. Dr. Halcomb, shall we proceed with the ceremony?
Yes. Now it is my pleasure to present the candidates for graduation. This spring, 2024, Del Mar College is proud to recognize a total of 926 prospective graduating students. Collectively, these students are receiving 1,137 degrees and certificates, including 266 Associate in Arts degrees, 14 Associate of Arts in Teaching degrees, 60 Associate in Science degrees, 327 Associate in Applied Science degrees, 418 certificates, and 52 Occupational Skills Awards. Will all graduates and candidates to receive these degrees and certificates please stand? Upon the recommendation of the faculty, I certify that these graduates and candidates who have completed all their academic requirements as set forth in the Del Mar College catalog are entitled to receive their respective degree or certificate.
Acting under the authority vested in me by the state of Texas, the Board of Regents of Del Mar College, and upon the recommendation of administration and faculty, I hereby confer to you the appropriate degree and certificate that you have earned.
Will the graduates and candidates for degrees and certificates please come forward?
Isaiah A. Palacios. Isabella P. Martinez. Natalia A. Hinojosa. Victoria A. Schul. Nathan K. Adavades. Diego Mora. Matthew D. Vasquez. Genevieve K. Elliott. Eliana R. Holmes. Jonathan Donna. Symphony J. Rose. Stephen R. Navias Jr. With a special presentation tonight, Joel Sullivan, Director of Operations and Programming, Information Technology, and Lisa Sullivan, Internet Specialist 2, Information Technology, will present the diploma to their son, Ethan G. Sullivan. Carlos M. Benitez. Christina G. Gatchell. Sanada A. Pettis. Daniela A. Benitez Beltran. Angel L. Perales. Cody W. Reichel. Cassandra B. Ortiz. Gina M. Gonzalez. Leila Idrogo. Michelle L. Miletis. Nina R. Macias. Okay. Jeremy A. Shell. Caitlin L. Van Nice. Juan I. Marquez Jr. Eliana R. Martinez. Nalea L. Rodriguez. Shaylee R. Mower. Brianna Sierra. Cassandra L. Sandoval. Edward R. Searcy. Damian J. Quiroga. Deborah J. Garcia. Heather R. Lynch Guerrero. Emily M. Flores. Claudia Leon. Brenda E. Saavedra. Laura A. Janey. Ashley L. Rivers. Rubiana Casares. Claudia Y. Ortiz. Veronica Y. Villarreal. Esquivel Valtierra. Landon R. Laurel. Eric D. Perez Lara. Jorge Calchado. Charles C. Vela. Apolinario G. Villarreal. Sebastian A. Bautista. Mackenzie E. Driggers. Caitlin R. Paz. Emma Z. Torres. Eloni N. Pena. Micah S. Hamaker. Andrea Cavada. Citlali S. Lopez. Miguel A. Munguia II. Andrea N. Gonzalez. Emily M. Castillo. Aiden Z. Avalos. Christian R. Molina. Ariana G. Gonzalez. Aurora F. Cano. Jasmine E. Naves. Madison Y. Martinez. Caleb L. Adavatis.
Andy C. Anderson. Justin Schwertfeger. Zachary J. Austin. Sofia A. Hernandez. Jenny Lamb. Rizel B. Auza. Noah E. Sanchez. Linda S. Haynes Gonzalez. Michelle M. Sanchez. Sophia I. Chapa. Elizabeth D. Elizondo. Gabriela E. Avila. Aria I. Cavazos. Jesse M. Yabut. Phoebe M. Norales de la Rosa. Christian I. Erdondo. Noah A. Viegas. Jordan J. Cox. Isaac Lopez Uribe. Jesus M. Anzures. Christian Anthony Lauro. Okay. Okay. Christian Anthony Lare. Sydney J. Cantu. Ariana A. Barron. Irene T. Vargas. Texas Angel Jones. Jada Tatiana King. Araceli Angela Salinas. Mary Frances Adams. Liana M. Garza. Lily M. Rodriguez. Lindsay J. Alanis. Mercedes M. Garcia. Alexis J. Saldana. Janessa A. Vela. Luis G. Reina. Jesse N. Vasquez. Bethany L. Ramon. Melanie I. Mayorga. Marissa Ocañas. James Austin. Clarissa A. Martinez. Ernesto J. Constante Jr. Oh yeah, you too. Hey. Cosme Williams. Jordan A. Torres. Roberto Aguilar Jr. Allison M. Beltran. Cameron R. Lopez. Michelle L. Valdez. Trinity R. Garcia. Solen T. Campbell. Roberto C. Santos. Alexander J. Arredondo. Mariana A. Sanchez. Jesse S. Ramirez Martinez. Natalie A. Contreras. Eduardo G. Martinez. Emily N. Garza.
Cady J. Mazzela. Gene Flores Jr. Maxi Rojas. Ruben A. Vela. Edward J. Shannon Jr. Raul Zapata Jr. Grayson F. Towery. Karina D. Collins. Vanessa M. Jimison. Renee Javier Castillo. Ricky L. Garcia. Frank T. Blanda Tidmore. Nico M. Sibug Winter. Jasper Matt Mallory. Justin Gonzalez. Jonathan Sosa. Daniela A. Velez. Benito C. Sanchez. Jocelyn Malakin. Valdemar Serna. Fernando Reyna. Julian Ramirez III. Orlando Lemos Jr. Tanner E. Hill Zanoni. Kevin E. Patton. Joseph A. Montes Jr. Seth A. Levis. Chris G. Alvarado. Jonathan M. Gonzalez. Joseph R. Trevino. Michael K. Burgess. Rachel M. Hediger. Joe D. Horton. Alex C. Hernandez. Jose Cortez, Assistant Professor of Welding Applied Technology, will be presenting the diploma to his daughter, Marissa Isabel Cortez. David De Leon. Noah A. Cantu. Raymond V. Ibarra. Justin A. Contreras. Rolando Arias. Joel Rodriguez Jr. Julian R. Ramirez. Kobe K. Alva. Taya J. Bloomer. Christopher Pena. Julian R. Ortiz. Megan D. Cabrera. Celeste Garcia. Nicholas A. Mora. Okay. John A. Miguel. Armando Oliveras Jr. Daniel R. Cantu Jr. Ramiro J. Luna. Isaias Luna III. Sean M. Lamas. Sadie N. Bostwick. Christopher Z. Guerra. Diego Gonzalez. Walker W. Widener. Aiden D. Roach. Adam L. Hernandez Jr. Paul H. Looney IV. Jaden L. Rodriguez. Louis K. Younts. Antonio J. Longoria. Colton R. Dickinson. Zachary R. Rife. Ashlyn M. Sosa. Albert M. Aliman III.
David Dreer, our instructor for process technology, will be presenting to his grandson, Taylor Dreer. Taylor A. Deere. Angelina M. Mendez. Samira Marin. Sabrina L. Lamb. Amanda K. Wright. Daisy N. Cervantes. Jordan Garcia. Jesse R. Rivera. Carlos Guzman Jr. Michael A. Barrera. Christian Vela. Ian D. Amaya. Alexander Sanchez Guevara. Avion M. Johnson Edwards. Xavier A. Lopez. Moises Castro. Elisha Seth Quintanilla. J.B. Lopez. Rodolfo Longoria Jr. Martin A. Jacinto. Eric E. Pettis. Antonio Hinojosa III. Renee J. Salias Jr. Jacob Singletary. Daniela A. Martinez. Dante E. Otero Garza. Juan R. Moya Vasquez. Noah M. Edie. Zoe A. Kappelman. Russell Taylor. Angel G. Garcia. Connor A. Rackley. Javier Mendoza. Ulysses P. Rivera. Matthew P. Contreras. Alejandro M. Gonzalez. Ricardo M. Espinosa. John B. Ridley. Eric L. Stafford. Daniela Martinez. Evan L. Ibarra. Randy J. Velasquez. Benjamin V. Oyavides. Marissa A. Aguilar. Yesenia M. Vigue Bryant. Jace E. Garcia. Madison Z. Shepard. James L. Barbosa. Emmanuel F. Villegas. Diego M. Mendoza. Jaden M. Stone. River A. Esparza. Anthony Morris Jr. Danielle Pena. Osvaldo Moreno. Luis A. Garza. Alex D. Zamaripa. Kevin Guillen. Zachary J. Piedra. Abraham Vasquez. Landon A. Criston. Jaden T. Cantu. Danny Curry II. Jose F. Davila. Evan W. Black. Andres Rodella V. Logan O. Clyes. Nina C. George. Andres R. Ramirez. Alejandro A. Hornero. Isaiah R. Rivera. Aiden C. Acosta. Jordan R. Fillmore. Alfredo D. Alanis. Renee Rodriguez. Ruben A. Flores. Rodney E. Gonzalez. Jesus K. Martinez. Mason R. Lewis. Mark Anthony Ibanez. Brenda L. Zamora. Leslie C. Sanchez Martinez.
Opal J. Knight. Jose B. Rodriguez Jr. Robert J. De La Paz. Thank you. Annalisa Garcia. Chloe E. LaRoche. Jennifer A. Ford. Alejandro N. Cabrera Jr. Emma Juno. Isel Benavides. Daviana A. Livas. Erica Pena. Myra. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Myra J. Garcia. Amberly A. Vasquez. Thank you. Juliana Villarreal. Audrey M. Garcia. Casey J. Mills. George A. Martinez Jr. Damon M. Gutierrez. Ricardo J. Sandoval. Richard L. Guidry III. Jasmine C. Benitez. Blaine T. Trim. Justin D. Avalos. John J. Olguin. Jamil Reyes. Fernando A. Flores. Brittany Mounts. Aurora N. Regoza. Jorge R. Mateo Zenon. Tranville. Dillinger G. Sidak. Cassidy A. Fuentes. Caitlin P. Bryant. Victoria A. Alanis. Okay, thank you. Veronica Zike. Sarayi Olivares del Prado or Prado? Prado. Sarayi J. Olivares del Prado. Sarah E. Corpus. Deborah A. Villafuerte. Thank you. Jonathan J. Gonzalez. Thank you. Sarai E. Cherino. Samantha N. Rodriguez Cáceres. Arisela A. Sandoval. Candace C. Ochoa. Randy Rico Mora. Brianna M. Ramirez. Sonia M. Higuera. Robert J. Ballerine III. Davis P. Benedetti. Bo D. Rogers. Callie E. Brown. Jarrett P. Kernan. Valeria R. Moreno. Ashley N. Cranford. Victoria E. Perkins. Lena L. Ing. Sarah L. Crocker. Daniel Trevino. Cami N. Tiemann. Okay, thank you. Dylan I. Suma. Raven L. Silvas. Mia Rodriguez. Gabriela N. Guerra. Teresa M. Sanchez. Ferrari D. Garcia. Elisa E.M. King. Catherine J. Rubio. Abigail M. Rodriguez. Daniel D. Gunn. Jonathan E. Brown. Melanie G. Bazan. Sabrina M. Lopez. Bonnie Elizabeth Fuentes. All right. Courtney L. Mitchell. Jada L. Ramon. Jessica C. Lightheart Salmeron. Okay, thank you. Haley R. Garcia. All right. Billy Guerra III. Brittany S. Garcia. Okay. April A. Luna. Derek Ray Garcia. Okay.
Luis Alberto Mendoza. Kirsten J. Maravilla. Melina Castillo. Patricia Y. White. Veronica R. Casanova. Victoria J. Hernandez. Azalea G. Trevino. Tiffany M. Moreno. Maria M. Silva Basaldua. Kristen A. Johnson. Jason Woodard. Tabitha M. Turner. Michaela A. Trevino. Rochelle Pampa. Hillary R. Alvarado. Claudia C. Shelton. Carliza R. Moreno. Maria G. Lopez. Iandra M. Ordonez. Gabriela Ceja. Araceli Espinitas. Eduardo Jaime III. Tristan A. Pena. Jordan K. Villarreal. Gracie C. Laird. Aaron M. Byer. Megan M. Lopez. Nia T. Wynn. Monique Duran. Dina D. Segovia. Ashley A. De Leon. Alexis B. Yepes. Adriana A. Garcia. Jacob R. Rodriguez. Fernando Pinon Jr., Cindy L. Perez, Megan N. Perez, Gabriela S. Aguas Garcia, Jessica A. Barfield, Monica Garcia, Jillian L. Trevino, Annalise Salinas, Priscilla E. Abrego, D. A. Garcia, Randy L. Duran, Vanessa L. Buenrestro, Nicholas M. Harrison, Angelica M. Valdez de Taylor, Brittany L. Lopez, Alexis M. Campos, Valeria Casada, Maria T. Suarez, Faith M. Rasp, Victoria M. Chavez,
Sabrina Salinas.
Sabrina Salinas,
It's pronounced Maylee.
Maylee R. Gomez, Eileen A. Sandoval, Caroline G. Tomez, Christina Moreno, Amber L. Robertson, Krista M. Garcia, Anita C. Cardona, Linda A. Sanchez, Alma J. Rendon Martinez, Priscilla Esmeralda Luna, Stephanie M. Garza, Jesus Trevino, James M. Acosta, Jace M. Spin, Jade E. Wells, Alexis M. Lopez, Megan A. Ruiz, Mia Amor Casas, Andrea M. Silva, Selena M. Ortegon, Mariah C. Curiel, Dianella C. Marquez, Linda A. Ibarra, Jose G. Valise III, Hannah F. Beck, Yulidi R. Easley, Jennifer D. Bearden,
Joseph E. Rodriguez. Emiliano Loreto.
Last name is Bennis. Bennis.
Curtis W. Bennis Sr.
Aurelia Roldan.
Aurelia A. Roldan. Julian X. Gracia. Andrew M. Barrera. Joseph A. Lemus. Kenyon D. Swift. Selena J. Lopez. Frank Martinez. Michael R. Padilla. Alejandra Mendoza. Laura S. Marin. Adriana E. Salazar. Roland J. Lemus. Kalisa J. Payne. Leandra J. Abrego. Nina P. Salinas. Jacqueline Villarreal. Danielle L. Ramirez. Sarai Y. Gomez Lopez. Jesse M. Southern. Megan R. Mickish. Ariel E. Garcia. Jalissa A. Gay. Samantha V. Solis. Carolina L. Guajardo. Samantha Guerra. And sisters walking together. We have Tran Tran and Emmy T. Tran. That's cool. Jordan N. Mendoza. Shauna G. Twibeo. Isabel G. Arredondo. Julie L. Fallingham. Jesse R. Helena II. Morgan E. Lantis. Dylan C. Bame. William J. Knight, Jr. Nadia A. Garcia. Alessandra E. Vasquez. Alexis J. Soria. Stephanie A. Hernandez. Alexander J. Hurtado. Joshua E. Amadero. Alyssa G. Ramirez. Sabrina A. Chapa. Amaris A. Chapa. Jocelyn N. Lopez. Michael M. Martinez. Haley Meyer. Victoria E. Teo. Catherine J. Perry. Kelly A. Pereira. Ruby R. Telemontes. Brianna N. Valdez. Nariza J. Brooks. Alexander R. Tobar. Lee Yu. Jose L. Romero Jr. Jorge Ibarra Jr. Jade A. Velasquez. Bianca G. Gallegos. Danielle Dominguez. Desiree Villarreal. John A. Perez. Joshua J. Ozen Jr. Sarah L. Arieta. Lisa A. Rangel. Misty G. Romo. Heather A. Glue. Diane L. Izagire. Bobby S. Jalufka. Pamela M. Perez.
Amber N. Mikulik. Crystal D. Valle. Jacob R. Villarreal. Gabrielle M. Gonzalez. Alyssa B. Aguilar. Michelle L. Tucker. Natalie A. Salinas. Lindy L. Sappington. Kristen L. Saunders. Danielle A. Tolliver. Haley Amber Hill. Ana G. Ortega. Jasmine Rodriguez. Emily M. Rodriguez. Okay, thank you. Alexandra S. Rovick. Brianna L. Edmondson. Devin M. Harton. Alexis N. Rendon. Cassandra B. King. Daniel A. Adame. Leanne L. Ibanez. Jordan L. Grove. Elisa P. Medina. Heather C. Garcia. Ashley M. Davis. Wasan F. Abu Baker. Respati A. Merciati. Felicia J. Torres. Thank you. Sean C. Lyons. Melissa S. Lopez. Ashley or Ashley F? Ashley M. Hudson. Claudia Castillo. Claudia R. Castillo. Alexis J. Broom. Taylor A. Cox. Cassie L. Wilson. Karina R. Luis. Miranda L. Medina. Nady C. Hernandez. And Christina Sanchez Parks.
Graduates of Del Mar College's Spring 2024 graduating class, it's time to take the final step in this ceremony and move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations, graduates! Yeah, have fun, let's hear it. Audience members, to maintain the spirit of this academic ceremony, please remain seated at the end of tonight's ceremony until the graduates have recessed out of the hall. To all the graduates, please be safe. And hang on to your mortarboards, please. And please be safe to celebrating this weekend with your family and friends. We have one more special guest to spotlight this evening. Graduates, please help me welcome Valdar, the Del Mar College Viking, as he leads us in the Viking Thunder Clap. Valdar will also lead the graduates out of the hall. Here we go, Valdar. Here comes Valdar, everybody. Show Valdar some love. You ready, Valdar? Ready. Go ahead. Together. Come on, everybody. Congratulations again, everybody!
So wait till you